So, today I'm going to be doing a demonstration on the digestive system. What do you guys remember so far in your review about the digestive system? What's the purpose of the digestive system?
Digest the food.
Right? Why do we need to digest food? Why do we eat?
So we can survive if we ingest food.
Sorry?
To survive if we ingest food.
Right? What do we need from food? Nutrients. Okay, so we're going to be mimicking certain parts of the digestive system. Does anyone remember any parts of the digestive system? Noah, you were telling me some before.
The first one, the mouth.
Right? What happens in the mouth?
Chew.
Sorry?
Swallow.
Swallowing. What happens before we swallow?
We chew.
We chew. Why do we chew our food?
Because we have teeth.
Because we have teeth? Or do teeth help us do this?
Teeth helps us break down food.
Exactly. So, by breaking down the food, the mouth is actually where we start our digestion, right? There's two types of digestion. What are the two types?
Mechanical.
Yes, which means what? What is mechanical digestion?
Where we break.
Amy, what's mechanical digestion?
During the mouth when you chew and swallow.
Right, so we're breaking down physically our food. What's the other type of digestion? It's not physical, it's chemical. Where does that occur?
Acid.
Right, where? In the mouth? In our stomach. So we're gonna start our demonstration. After we chew and swallow our food, where does it go?
And the esophagus.
Right, and then where does that lead?
To the stomach.
Right, so can I have a volunteer to begin our demonstration?
You could volunteer. You
It's
said
very easy, you just gotta put some food into our stomach.
you said keep your face away from
Noah?
the camera.
So Noah was hungry at lunch. What did Noah grab to eat? Crackers? Put them in the stomach. We're mimicking the process of swallowing. So what happens to the crackers before we actually swallow them? We chew them up, right? So that was the mechanical part in our mouth. We're swallowing them. They enter into the stomach. Thanks, Noah. We're also going to eat a banana. Would you like to put the banana in our stomach? Do we eat the banana like that? What happens before we actually eat the banana?
Peel it.
Right. Do you want to put that in the stomach without the peel? All right, cool. So we said in the stomach, what kind of digestion occurs? What kind of digestion occurs in the stomach? Chemical. Did you want to come and add some stomach acid? We're using orange juice to mimic stomach acid because it is acidic. We're gonna pour it, about half of that is fine. All right, thank you. And we're also gonna put some water in just to mimic saliva that also follows our food from our mouth to our stomach. So the chemical digestion is occurring, the acid is breaking down the food. We also said it's mechanical. What happens in the stomach to help with mechanical digestion? Did you want to mimic that? How would you mimic that?
Just move it.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Does anyone else want to help with that? Amy. So, the walls of the stomach have muscles that contract, which causes the food to break down mechanically. I know, it's a little funny. What happens to the food after it leaves our stomach? Where does it go? What's after the stomach? Right, the small intestine or the large intestine? Which one? The small one is actually first. The large is last. So, we're gonna mimic the small intestine using a nylon. This is gonna represent our body. Can I have a volunteer to pour the contents into the small intestine? I'm just gonna add some more just to make it a little more liquidy. So we're gonna pour it into our small intestine. Go ahead.
Just like the whole.
Yeah? Go ahead.
Does it be like everything?
Yeah. Into the small intestine. Oops. That's okay. No worries. So let's try to actually get it in here.
This is how it actually looks inside our food.
Yeah. So as the food, it's gonna get a bit messy. As the food goes through the small intestine, what happens to the food? Sorry? Right?
It all breaks
It just
down.
goes straight? Sorry, what was that, Noah? It absorbs the nutrients. So food goes through our small intestine. Are you listening? And all the nutrients that our body needs, along with water, is absorbed out of the small intestine into the body. So you're gonna see some nutrients go into our body. After the small intestine, where does our food go? Everything that's still undigestible. The large intestine. Noah, do you wanna help me with that?
I'm good.
Does anyone wanna help with that? It's the last step. Thank you. So, we're actually going to use this to represent our large intestine, even though it doesn't really look like it.
Is there supposed to be a hole in it?
Yes, there is. So, okay, scissors. We're going to empty the contents of our small intestine into the large intestine. And what happens to it in the large intestine? What happens to our food? What is it?
The water.
Exactly. So the large intestine is good for absorbing all the water that we still need from the food. So what we're gonna actually show here is at the end of the large intestine, what happens? What's the last part of the digestive system? Right. So we're going to mimic that. Usually there's more undigestible food, but it comes out the end. And what does that look like? Does it look like the food that we initially ate?
No.
What does it look like? What's the difference?
It's all brown.
Sorry? Definitely, yeah.
It's all brown.
Okay. Is there a lot of water? Normally? No.
Because all the water got absorbed in the large intestine.
Exactly. So what leaves is all the food that we were unable to digest through the anus. With this demonstration, what are some of the things that weren't modeled that are actually in the digestive system? We modeled the mouth. Well, we didn't model the mouth. We modeled the stomach. What else did we model?
The esophagus.
Okay, that was missing, right? What else is missing? I've shown you the digestive tract, so what the food moves through, but what else makes up the digestive system?
The liver.
Right? Which does what?
The gallbladder.
Also the gallbladder. Anything else
Yes.
that you can think of? Did we model, what did we model?